Hello, welcome back, part 10, Diseconomies of Scale. Most of you out there, probably all of you in fact, are familiar with the idea of economies of scale. The idea that if we do more, produce more, action more of something, then the unit cost per item will become lower. Most of us grow up with this idea, even if we don't study it, and we kind of expect it. We believe it's all around us, and shops and other organisations that sell us things often use it to appeal to us to spend more money to buy more. Economies of scale is all around us. However, in the software development world, we don't have economies of scale. Software development has diseconomies of scale. Think about it like this. If you go to your local supermarket, you expect that a large carton of milk, carton on the right here, will be cheaper per unit of milk than if you buy the equivalent amount of milk in separate, smaller cartons. Here it's in fluid ounces, it could be pints, litres, choose your unit of measurement. We expect that buying 4 pints of milk in one carton will be cheaper per pint of milk than 4 1-pint cartons of milk. And this is true for milk. This is true for milk, and it's true in a lot of other domains. More of something means the unit price gets less. This is true in milk. However, for software, it's not true. Software is cheapest in small cartons. When we are dealing with software, it's cheaper to buy 1 pint of software, then buy another pint of software, then buy another pint of software, and then buy a 4th pint of software. If each pint of software is requested, built, and provided to our customers individually, the unit cost per piece of software will be less than if we try and put it all together. We see this in all sorts of ways with software teams, with lines of code. The other thing is, if we do it this way, if we do it as lots of small units, we reduce the risk. Small cartons of software have less risk. Suppose, stick with a milk analogy, a little bit of our milk is off. 1 fluid ounce, say. 1 fluid ounce in that big carton of milk, and the entire carton of milk is lost. 1 fluid ounce in one of the smaller cartons of milk means that we have 3 good cartons of milk and 1 bad carton of milk. In software development terms, imagine you write 1 bug a year that will crash your user's machine, will give your user a blue screen. If you do 1 release a year, then what your customers see is every release you do causes their machine to crash and blue screen. If, on the other hand, you release every week, then what your users see is 51 releases a year that go fine and 1 release a year that will crash and blue screen their machine. Not only is software cheaper when it's in small units, it's less risky, it reduces risk. Small teams regularly outperform large teams. If you've been in the industry for very long, you'll have come across examples of teams of 5 or 6 people producing more per worker than a team 10 times that size. Small code bases are easier to enhance. It's far easier to go into a code base of 1,000 or 10,000 lines and find a change you need to make than it is going to a code base of 100,000 or a million. It's also easier to find and correct defects in a small code base. When you're working with user stories, small requirements change requests, they flow through the system more easily when they're small. And testing is cheaper and easier when you're testing in the small. When you're testing a small release, it's far smoother. Software development does not have economies, it has diseconomies of scale. Therefore, stop thinking big, start thinking small. Every time you feel the urge to get bigger, a bigger project, a bigger software request, a bigger set of changes, run in the opposite direction and do something small. Do the smallest thing you can, come back and repeat. In the next episode, I'll be looking at risk in software development and how big increases our risk.